eyes, really sharp teeth, barely naked to the human eye. Once got bitten by one of these. Made the mistake. I had a piece of chicken in this hand, a lasso in the other. And this guy was mating with rhombi and squares and those sorts of polygons. And all of a sudden, this guy jumps into the little water lake I had set for him and embraces camouflage techniques. And all of a sudden jumped right into my right hand and bit the chicken out of my hand. And you know what? I was left with the bloody finger. Terrible, terrible mistake on my part. Now there's a special technique of catching these vicious animals. What you gotta do is jump on them. Just catch them.
Quadrilaterals are four-sided polygons. All quads have 4 angles. The interior angle sum is 360 degrees.
So this is another quadrilateral called the parallelogram. Now this one is a very special parallelogram because I found it alone and deranged. And after years of researching after this special polygon, I figured out that it has been left alone by its previous mate. And you know what's special about these type of polygons? They are attracted to almost anything, almost any object in my backyard. Now these special animals, they just stick to them, and that's their form of mating. And how I found this out, it was a windy day and I just left it alone, and all of a sudden it started flying around everywhere and stuck to my tree, my bushes, and this poor thing right here, I just had to, it just needed to be taken care of, this little polygon, this quadrilateral, and it's been a good experience with it because it gave me a real taste of what treating a polygon is like.
Parallelograms are a type of quadrilateral. They have 2 pairs of parallel sides. They also have 2 pairs of opposite congruent angles.
Now these 3 little polygons are my favorite of the bunch. These 3 are types of quadrilaterals, all related to the parallelogram, which is another type, which I just reviewed in my other video. Now these 3 little creatures, they always like to be together. It's really complicated to separate them. They just want to be together all the time. Now I had a strange experience once with one of these things. It's called a square, or as you can see, I can't lift it up much because they only want to be with the rectangle or the rhombi. And like the strange thing I had with the square was eating something. It was eating like berries and cherries and strawberries and stuff. And as I went to lift it, what it did, it threw a strawberry at my face. Really hurt. I didn't know squares could throw things. That's a strange experience I had with one of those. First thing, I knew quadrilaterals could bite. I know kites could fly. I knew parallelograms could just lay there and fly around and stuff and attract themselves to random objects, and kites and trapezoids just lay there like a kitten. But I did not know squares could throw things. That's very strange. And what's special about a square? They're both. They don't have arms. They just spit them at you, which I think they do. I think it spit that strawberry, which is strange. It doesn't have teeth either. I don't know how it can eat, but it could, which is strange. Very strange. Now the rectangle and the rhombi are basically coupled in this bunch, and the square is the offspring of these 3 these 2. Alright, that's all I got to say about these 3. Very special they are. They're not that much of physical creatures. They'll just stay with you, and that's it.
Rectangles are parallelograms. They have 2 pairs of parallel sides and 4 90-degree angles. Rhombi are a type of parallelograms. They have 4 congruent sides. They also have perpendicular diagonals. Squares are a type of parallelogram. Something special about them, they have characteristics of both rectangles and rhombi. They have 4 90-degree angles and 4 congruent sides.
Now these special quadrilaterals are called the trapezoid, and what you see here is the isosceles trapezoid and the regular trapezoid. Cocky creatures they are. They're kind of like son and father. Father being the regular trapezoid and the isosceles trapezoid mating with the isosceles triangle, which you will see in one of my other videos. Now let me tell you something. Trapezoids are very weird creatures. They are polygons. They kind of are just like a tree, like a satellite dish, kind of just alone in an unwanted space in your backyard, and they just sit alone like a little kitten and don't do much. It's just very boring animals and creatures and polygons they are.
A trapezoid is a type of quadrilateral. It has 1 pair of parallel lines. A mid-segment is parallel to both base lines. An isosceles trapezoid is a type of trapezoid. It has congruent base angles and congruent diagonals.
Alright. These little animals, like their distant relatives, the quads, have 4 side amount. And you know what? Usually you find these little polygons flying up in the sky. And this one's different. Let me tell you something. Alright, these animals right here, these you're allowed to touch and feel around. They're not dangerous with the miniature teeth like their distant relatives, the quadrilaterals. Now, what these are special about, usually this is the type of one, it's very special because these don't fly like cousins and sorts. They are just on the floor, walking around, swimming, and just walking, you know. They're like little penguins, kinda. They're like penguins. And now, as you can see, their predator is very near. It's right over there. Cranky, by the way. It's a dog. It chases after their prey, which is the kite. The kite is their prey. That's what it is. Now, these particularly don't need to be caught. They just need to be handled they're lightly. They're fragile little creatures. And that's all I got to say about the kite.
A kite is a special type of quadrilateral. It has perpendicular diagonals. It also has 2 pairs of consecutive congruent sides, but none of the sides are parallel.